So we'll start today in just stay in a seat, whatever's comfortable, sitting and kneeling or crossing it or sitting up on a block or a cushion. On this, find a moment to be still and to breathe and to notice. Dropping into the breath and into the way that we can turn our gaze inward. Still noticing, the things that might be external, like the sound of the rain or the, feeling of the room, or even the feeling of the body as we start the practice. I'm just able to drop in a little bit deeper into the sort of the core of our being, into our seer witness. Just able to watch all of it without forming attachments or trying to push away from any of it. And we'll do that throughout the practice. So whether we're in a seat or whether we're doing movement or postures or shapes or breathing actions, activities, exercises, we can just watch and observe and become really stabilized in that truth of who we are. Even potentially, at peace, in the sense that that quality of bliss or joy can arise. So just take another deep, full on breath. Bring in your intention. I'm gonna do the guru mantra, and looks like Rachel Cook. Oh my goodness, I think is here. Okay, so I'll start with the guru mantra, and this is just a way to give attribute to all the teachers and all the teachings for the gift that it brings us in this time right here. And this works with the teachers that are representing the creator, the sustainer, and the destroyer, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Then connecting to the bright light, indestructible wisdom that's already within. Om. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Okay, so go ahead and find standing. You can find Samasthiti, and we will go into a standing deep breathing exercise to start. So we'll start with just the breath, and then we'll add in the head and the arms. So you can have your feet right underneath you. Feel this sort of narrow base, heels pressed down, lengthen up through the spine. And just take a deep, full on breath without doing the hands and the arms. So breathe in, fill your lungs. And just see how much space you can put into your lungs with your inhale. And then exhale, you can open your mouth and push the breath out. Good, good. Do that again. Inhale, fill your lungs completely. And then exhale, push the breath out and press your feet down and keep pulling the abdomen in. So now we're going to concentrate mostly on the sort of upper part of the lungs, and we'll add the head and the arms. So interlocking the 10 fingers, placing your knuckles underneath your chin. Same big breath in by nose. Let your elbows move out. Now press your feet down, squeeze your legs together. Hold at the top and really superset the belly in, and then exhale, push the breath out as you let the head go back and bring your arms forward, elbows touch together. Then you do it again. Inhale by nose. 3, 4, 5, 6, full lungs. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Empty the lungs. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, just the head and the arms moving, but it's that same breath that you were doing without the head and the arms moving. Now you just add it in. Inhale, so you create even more space on your inhale as the elbows go higher. And on the exhale, keep your shoulders perfect over your hips. So really concentrate around the low abdomen as the head goes back and the elbows come forward. Just 2 more. Inhale, slow. Exhale. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Press the backs of the heels down. Inhale, 1 more. Good, exhale. When you can't breathe out anymore, lower your arms by your sides and just find stillness, pressing down through the feet, lengthening up through the spine. Good, we'll move we'll go into a little sun salutation to warm up. So bring your feet together at the top of your mat, arms by your sides. Inhale, lift up, and go back. So backward bend as much as you like, so the front body feels very open. Then exhale, fold. As you fold, you can bend your knees. Release the top of the head down finally, and then bend your knees as much as you need. We'll stay here for a moment, a couple of breaths. Bending the knees, straightening the knees, whatever you like. See if you can let the head relax and the face relax. All the muscles, you know, the eyes, the cheeks, smiling face, right? Just letting go of the tension. And then inhale, just lift up the chest, the chin, the eyes. So you have the hands on the floor or even to the shins, and then fold it back down. And then we're gonna rise all the way back up to stand. So reach arms over and lift energy up through the heart, through the fingers, and then you can bring your hands down by the sides, equal standing. Again, inhale, reach up. You can go back as much as you like. It doesn't have to be a big deal. Just look with your eyes up, reach your fingers, and then fold down over the legs. Feel the navel draw towards the spine as you drop the head down and maybe bend the knees. Inhale, lengthen, chin, chest, eyes. Plant the hands down. Bend your knees enough so you get your hands on the ground. And then step your right foot back. Lower your right knee to the ground. Lift the heart. Inhale, reach up. And then you can plant the hands and step back to the top of a push-up. We'll hold this first one. Okay, so finding your hips and line up the shoulders. You can put your knees on the ground, do the adjusted push-up. You're still activating for the back of the heart. So press your fingertips down, pull the belly in, lift the back of the heart to the ceiling, kick your heels back and feel how strong your legs are. Just one more breath here, and then lowering down with the exhale, the knees, chest, chin, and come forward, cobra. So as you come forward, reach your big toes back and send your chest forward, hug your elbows in. You could press a little higher if you like, but just keep the hips down. Feel lots of reach back, good through your toes, the heart lifting. And then you can find your way to down dog using your exhale to lift navel in and back. Good, and then just stay and breathe. In by nose and out by nose. Good, and then step the right foot forward. When you step the right foot forward, you can lower the left knee down and then lift everything up when you're ready, so finding the lunge. And then placing the hands down either side of right foot so you can tuck left toes, step forward. Uttanasana, release your head and then rise back up. As you gather overhead your arms, lift your heart and press your heels down. And maybe go back. And then bring your hands to the center, take a breath in. And a breath out. Good, inhale, reach up, go back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift heart. Put the hands down, this time step the left foot back, lower left knee, inhale, reach up. Good, place your hands down and step back. Downward facing. Inhale, plank and lower knees, chest, chin, cobra. Downward. Left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale up. And fold forward, top of your mat, feet together, or you can have space between them. Lift the chest, arms all the way up. Gather the palms. Then bring the hands into your center. Take a breath in. And lower your arms down by your sides. Good. Inhale, reach your arms up again. And lift up to go back. Just use your eyes to see behind you and then folding forward. Drop your head. Okay, this time bend both of your knees as deep as you can. So sink your hips to your heels if available. You can have your fingertips on the ground, you can have the heels off the ground, but just go into a little ball. And breathe into that stretch in your entire backside. Then this time, step the right foot back and keep the right knee lifted and squeeze the right leg. Come up into high crescent lunge. You can always go back to the low lunge with the right knee on the ground. Sink the hips down and try to get the back leg straight. And then lift your heart. Lift your eyes. Maybe go back with your head. Reach up your arms. And maybe go backward bend. Take your time. Opening the front of the right hip. Really super squeeze your right glute. And then change. Hands frame the front foot. You're going to step back to a plank. And just hold your plank. And then lower down. You can do low push-up or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, come forward. Cobra or upward facing. To downward. Right foot step forward. Find the crescent lunge or lower left knee if you like. Squeeze the left glute, lift up your chest. Try to get your back leg super straight. And then sink down. Press your left big toe down. Lift your heart. Maybe take the interlocked finger, halfway back bend grip, and go back. Change. Frame the front foot, fingers or hands, and then step left foot forward. Lift your chest. Good. Fold back down. See if you can find the seat, the low seat, hips to the heel. And then come back up your hips, but keep your head down. And then lift everything. Arms come over. Gaze is up. Maybe go back. And then land in the center. Arms by sides. Samastihi. Take a breath. In by nose, out by nose. Let your collar go wide. Fingers relax. Feet together. Half moon, arms up overhead. Ardha Chandrasana, interlock your 10 fingers. Release your index fingers, cross your thumbs. Make sure that's happened, that you have no space between your hands and your arms are glued to your ears. And then stretch up even more. Try to touch your ceiling, but press your heels down and squeeze your inner thighs together. And you might even feel the inner thighs a little spin forward as you send the low glutes down. So you're really solid in the hips. Lengthen one more up as you take a deep, full on breath and touch the ceiling. And then moving to the right as your hips press to the left. And going where you can maintain your breath in and out by your nose. Without bending the arms, without bending the legs. So keeping the length and the stretch, using a lot of strength in the legs and the hips and the abs. Open your chest even more by leaning back. And if you need a little bottom right shoulder forward, left hip forward, coming into the maximum place where you can extend and breathe comfortably, and then practice stillness, right? Noticing your ability to stay and be comfortable, in the mind as you stretch in the body. Change, come up, stop in the middle, reset in the center, find everything hugging in towards the spine. Strong, squeeze a little bit glutes forward, lift again, up arms as you take a big full long breath. And then as you bend to the left, press hips to the right, make sure that you find a pattern of breathing that's comfortable. In and out by the nose. And just stay with it, relaxing the jaw, finding the stretch. Second side, different things, right? If we look internally at just the anatomy, right? Our organs aren't symmetrical. So sometimes one side feels way different than the other. And that could be why something going on inside, could be something more external, could be muscle or a bone, right? Ligament, something that you're stretching into. Just observe the sensation and breathe into it. Keep your chest open. Keep the breath moving comfortably and come to that point where you can stay and be with what is in this particular shape that we're moving into. Change, come back up, stop in the middle. We'll do the backward bend. We'll take it nice and slow, starting at the top of the spine. So that's where the head goes back. So just let your head go back, relax the front of the throat, lift your arms more up. You have to take them a tiny bit forward. Your neck is, tight today, but see if you can stay and just notice the front of the throat stretching. Squeeze your heels down, squeeze your tail a little down, lift your arms more up. And if your breath is nice and steady, you can take your arms back, but keep lifting your chest up and keep your head back. Letting the heavy weight of the head take the neck into extension, lift your chest, bring your arms back, bring your upper back into extension. Right? And then the middle back, squeeze the back of the heart into the front of the heart to the ceiling. Keep going. And now keep squeezing your hips forward. You're in your low back, middle back, upper back, whole spine. Backward bending, breathing normal. Keep going. Then lift your chest to come up and return to the center and then get length. And then fold with the length. So you hinge at the hips. You can bend your knees on the way down. And then once you're down there, let's go right into the grip. If you need to take a little time, that's no problem. If you can, wrap your elbows behind your calves first. And then turn your palms forward. Slip your fingers down to the backs of the heels, maybe under the heels. And finding this Hatha Hastasana, hands to feet grip. Make sure that you then drop your head so the face is on the shins below the knees or in that direction, and then breathe. Wrap elbows further behind, full belly in. Drop the top of the head down and send your tail higher. Sitting bones wider. Right, finding things moving into other things, creating sort of compression in the abdomen against the thighs. Press your chest into the knees. You can start to straighten the legs as long as your body is connected to the legs. And if they are straight, you contract your thighs a bit to lift your kneecaps. But just think about crown of the head. It's on your toes one day. Shoulders off ears, elbows touching behind the calves. Think about it. Breathe. Relax your jaw, relax your face, let it smile. And then you can come up opposite, arms with the ears. Find your grip and flat back hinge, rise up chest, reach up arms, exhale, arms can come down. And you find that equal standing, steady through the feet, noticing the effect of that, first posture. Let's do it again. Arms up overhead, interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, squeeze them together, press heels down, stretch arms up, take a deep full on breath. Touch the ceiling, bend to the right. Just go maybe where you left off first set. Won't hold it quite as long, but squeeze your legs, arms back, chest open, chin away, throat, come down, one more. And change, come back up, stop in the middle, recenter, heels down, navel draw back, stretch up, full lungs, and go to the left, hips to the right. Keep working the legs, think about inner thighs, really squeezing the outer thighs to the inner thighs, opening the chest, hips to the right, body down. Change, come up, stop in the middle, backward bend, lift up the heart, head goes back, chest up, reach up, look back, go back, arms, point to where you're looking, press your hips forward, lift your chest up. Change. Take your time. You turn from back bend to forward fold, hinge at the hips, come down, elbows bend behind, right away set up your grip. Take your time if you need more. Fingers under if possible. So pinky side by side, all 10 fingers lined up behind your heels. And drop your head down. Press your big toes down, send your tailbone high. Change, arms with the ears come up, rising back out the way you went in, and then exhale, arms by your sides. And just take a breath in by nose and out by nose. We're going to keep the feet together, next posture, Utkatasana, and go to the top of your mat. Sink the hips, lift the chest. So the arms can come up, Utkatasana, feet together, inner thighs together. And then fold over your legs, release your head. Inhale, lengthen. Place the hands, step back to plank. Strong fingers, chest forward, hips align shoulders, and you can lower down. Make chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or upward facing. Lift your collar wide. Press the tops of the feet down. Reach your big toes back. Downward. Right foot warrior one, left heel down. Reach up the chest, the arms, glue the left heel to the ground. Open up warrior two. You can take a wider step. The left foot can heel toe back. Hips a little forward, upper body back. And you can gaze out over your right hand. Change, hands frame the front foot, spin onto the ball of the left foot, and lower your left knee down. Bring your hands either to your low back, or you can bring them overhead if you want to take them into the half moon back bend position. Squeeze your left glute forward, so coming into Kapayasana, splitting the legs, the pelvis, but lift the chest evenly up, and you can take your head back if you like, opening the throat. Again, you can take the arms overhead. Lift your chest, reach back. Breathe. Change, come up. Get your right knee right knee over right heel, squaring off for a twist. Get your left hip over the left knee. And keep your left arm in the air. And then turn around the right leg. So you can think about bringing your shoulder outside of the knee and stacking the hands into prayer. Lean the chest back, lift your right chest heart up, and you can gaze beyond your right elbow. Press down the right foot, think about the inner heel, inner big toe. So in case you're sort of wobbling, sometimes that happens, right? The shin bone is like, what? Mine does. Anyway, you want to hug the hip more in and stamp down the foot more. And then let the turning happen around the abdomen, the ribs, chest, the heart, right? And you could take the hands, opening the chest even more into bind if you want, but make sure the right chest is staying back, not collapsed. Go to the end of your exhale and see if there's a pause you can take before you breathe in again without gasping. It's just calmness, diaphragm relax. Unwind if you're in the bind. Plant the hands inside the right foot. Tuck your left toes under and spin your left heel in and down. And take a quarter turn to the left for spread toe posture. I'm gonna turn face you guys, but lift your chest up and then fold. When you fold, you can reach out and grab for the outer edges of your feet, heels, if you like. So the grip allowing us to roll the weight a little more forward into the toes. You can always have your hands out in front of you. Press the feet down, lift the tail up. And see how much length you can bring into your chest. Sort of scooping the heart a little forward, the chin away from it, the ribs come forward. Whole spine is long, whole back is flat. And potentially the legs are also straight. Bring your arms out in front of you, halfway so they're under the shoulders. Okay, and then you're gonna lift the left arm up and do a twist here with the legs wide. So it should feel pretty nice on your inner thighs. I let my hips kind of shift a slight bit. Some people like to keep them square. Both are fine. Left hand down, and the right arm up. So you're twisting the spine, not trying to do it, super in the hips, but sometimes just letting the hips a little bit shift as well, because we're really more twisting, the chest and the ribs and in the neck. Feel a little more, some more space come into, or a little more stretch sensation in the inner thighs. That's why I do that little thing that a lot of teachers say don't do, but I do it. Anyway. Change right hand down. Okay, now frame your, let's see which way. Go to the left foot and then come to downward facing dog. So you might be now at the back of your mat or opposite end, but you're in down dog. And then you'll come back to the plank in an inhale. Lower down on an exhale. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Downward. And we'll step the left foot forward and spin the right heel down for warrior, Virabhadrasana, reaching the back of the right heel, really glue it to the ground. So there's so much strength and stretch in the outer right ankle, potentially the outer edge of the right foot. Lift your chest, lift your heart. And then as you open to warrior two, you might take the right foot further back, but still find outer edge of the right foot. Left knee over left hip. I said that weird, but left knee over left heel, and then shoulders over the hips. Good, bring the hands to frame the left foot, spin onto the ball of the right foot, so you can lower the right knee down, hands to low back. Press the hips a little forward, squeeze the right low glute especially, and then if you want to take the arms up. Interlocking the fingers, lift your chest, your heart, reach back for your right heel. Just think about everything lifting up, your heart, your lungs, the throat. Let's sink the pelvis towards the left heel a little more. Forward. Change, come up, prepare to twist to the left. You can keep your right arm up, adjust your knee and your foot if you need, and then turn to the left, whole rib cage. See if you can even eliminate the space between your body and your thigh. That's why if you want to take your shoulder across the knee, you'll get sort of more connection there, but it might not be today. It's okay. Not hurting the shoulders. So you want to pay attention side to side, of course. Might have something going on one side, not on the other. So just be clear and stay with your breath. If you want to bind here, you can take your left arm behind and wrap the right arm under. Lift your left rib cage more up, and maybe relax the right side of the neck a little bit. As it gets longer, you turn your eyes more up. Stabilize left foot. Twist. And then carefully unwind. Bring the hands inside the left foot and tuck the right toes. We'll take that quarter turn to the right. Okay, so you're in a spread position of the feet. Flat, long spine, and go again, round, or not round down, reach out and grab your heels. Outer edges of the feet if the heels aren't there. Fingers under, and then you can use the grip to pull yourself more down. But first, just let the legs stretch, and you're really gonna do that pulling of the fingers under the edges of the feet, heels, once the legs are straight. It's just like, it's like an add-on, connection to lengthening your spine more. Think chest, ribs forward towards the ground. Same with the forehead, or it might be the top of the head if you're pretty deep in the posture, like if you have your whole body between your inner thighs. So the back of the neck isn't crunchy. Lift your heart on your next inhale. Take your time, walk your hands out in front. Bring your hands to your hips and come all the way up to standing. Good, and then just bring your feet to the top of your mat. We'll kind of meet up there, top of the mat, Namaste. Good, separate your feet hip distance and bring your arms out in front of you. All 5 fingers together. Sink the hips back and down, going into Utkatasana with the legs very parallel, and then pull the belly in and lift the chest up. Put all the weight in the heels, almost all the weight, right? Almost like you're gonna fall backwards, change. Come up, stand high in your tippy toes, like you have ballet toe shoes on. Chest up, spine straight, sit down on top of your toes without leaning forward or back. So you're gliding down that imaginary wall, heels up, chest up, sit a little lower. Third part, let's do it knees together. So weight forward in the toes, inner thighs, inner knees together. Take a breath. Slowly lower down. And very slowly count to 10. And the slower you go, the stronger the connection of your inner legs. Knees are pressing forward and down. At a slope from the navel, chest up, spine straight. Keep squeezing the knees, hover the hips over the heels, and then take a breath and see how slowly you can come out. In that same powerful concentration, meditation, arms down, feet together. Take a breath in by nose. And out by nose, shoulders down, chest up. Garudasana, eagle, arms up, right arm under. Okay, so we're gonna do a little neck freedom thing today. So once you find your wrap, if your hands are at the shoulders, let me think how, you can still do this next thing, you'll just do the head and you can eliminate the arms. If you have your hands all the way wrapped, you're gonna let your hands, fingers tilt towards the left, and then just let your head tilt towards the right. So really just stretching the outer neck, that big, huge band of, sometimes feels like a knot of tension, right? But just let your heavy head go. And you can keep pressing your elbows down in the center, kind of increasing that compression. Good, and then bring things to the center again. And sit your hips down, we'll set up the legs. Stack the right leg on top. Hook the toes potentially behind the left calf. Sitting down low while keeping the shoulders and the hips in one line. Breathe. Elbows down, chest, heart up. Change, right foot down, arms overhead. Left arm under this time. So go elbows. You're going up to the hands. Right, find your shoulders, relax down, elbows down. And this time we'll take the fingers to the right if you have the hands, and then tilt the head to the left. And just a nice neck stretch, arm, getting into those places. There's, obviously lots of sort of acupressure points that we're tapping into when we do eagle as well. Along the arms, hands, the wrists, along the neck, throat, shoulders. Let your head drop. And then carefully release it, bring it back to the center, prepare for eagle in the low body. So sink your hips down, lift your chest up, and lift your left leg on top. Wrap high inner thighs, stack your knees in the center, distribute the weight all over the right foot. Press your right heel down, pull your belly in. And just think about the upper body is always arching back, but the elbows are always pressing down. Your fingers are long, your elbows pressing, lift up. Change, left foot down, sweep arms. Arms by your sides, and just relax, take a breath. Let's do head to knee pose. Standing on one leg, shift your weight into your left foot and feel your left leg solid. Lift your right knee up in front of the right hip. Flex your right toes. If you have a mirror or a computer like screen, you can see the sole of your right foot in the mirror. Okay, stay here. This is a good place to work. If you want to work here, a good thing that you can do to increase the strength in the abdomen is just press your hands to your thigh and resist it. Okay, or you can do the round forward. If you're rounding forward, it has to be on a straight standing leg. So rounding down and picking up the right foot from underneath. Okay, you can stay working towards that. Just the goal and the key is keeping your standing leg really solid. This is a lot of medial glute, QL, right in front of the abdomen. Once the foot's in the hands, slowly, gently kick the right heel forward. No higher, no lower than the hip. Kicking leg may be bent, but standing legs gotta still be straight. Once both legs are straight, elbows bended and down. Go to where you can be on one leg and concentrate. Building strength, 2 hips in one line, eventually forehead to knee. Change, elbows straight, bend your right knee, set the foot down, take your time. Finding the 2 feet again. Shift your concentration to the standing leg will be the right. And then the working leg is the left. Left knee up in front of the left hip, toes flex. Again, stay here, do the drill for the abdominal strength. There's also hip strength, again, glute, medial glute. All those muscles in the low part of the back, very deep muscles, concentrate, breathe. If you're really round down, belly in to round forward. Okay, so you're stretching the low back as you're strengthening the front abdomen. If the foot's in the hand, standing leg solid, slowly kick your left heel forward. No higher, no lower than hip. Once you're kicking, right, you want to stabilize standing leg, kicking leg eventually goes straight. Toes are always flexed back. Heel kick away, elbows come down, elbows go below calf muscle, and then eventually tucking the chin, looking at your stomach, forehead to knee. Change. Reverse out, left foot down, take a breath. Standing bow, left arm up alongside of your ear. So you're gonna set up the archer's bow, the arrow. Press down left foot, rotate right palm out. Right thumb to your behind back wall, and then reach the hand behind and pick up the right foot inside ankle. Knees together, point your right toes. Stretch your left arm up, look straight ahead, a little up, and then start to kick. As you kick back, right shoulder goes behind you, left shoulder comes in front of you. And then you keep kicking as you charge forward and your body comes down more and more. Right, the toes of the right foot will appear over the center of your head. Okay, kicking and reaching equally for 5, 4, 3, keep breathing comfortably, 2, and then kick to come out. Return, right foot down, left arm down. Again, there's so deep internal muscles as well as the more external, right, the gluteus maximus, creating the kick and the hamstring. But using the, that quality of connection to your center, so you can concentrate the whole time right below the navel, right, and opening up the chest. Let's do the other side. Right arm up this time. Rotate your left thumb to the back wall. Palm face out. Drop your hand behind you. Pick up the left foot at the inside ankle bone. Knees together. To start. Stretch your chest up. Stretch your arm up. Point your left toes. Kick back. Left shoulder go back. Right shoulder come forward. Keep breathing in and out by your nose. Right shoulder ends up right under the chin. That's how much you're stretching it forward. 2 eyes are still in line with each other. You continue to find, that the setup of the posture, you just add on. Right? Keep adding on the extension of the left chest back, the right arm forward. Bring your body down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and change. Come out. Left foot down, right arm down. And take a breath in by nose and out by nose. Arms up overhead, palms together. Glue your palms together, biceps, ears, balancing stick. Everything super long. Step your right foot forward. Point your left toes off of your mat. Keep everything long, stretch, and come down. As you come down, look eye gaze forward, arms with the ears. Your body down, leg up. And change. Step feet together. Short posture. Stretch up, but it's super powerful. Stretch the heart. Lift the arms, biceps, ears. Left foot forward, right toes point. And you go down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, change. Step feet together. Arms by your sides. And take a breath. Okay, so we're gonna do these next 3 postures kind of all together. We've already done one of them. Standing separately, forward fold, arms up overhead, palms together. Right foot step out to the right, arms down. Lift your chest. Hinge at your hips, come down. Wide leg forward fold. As you come down, reach out, grab the outer edges of your feet, heels if you can get up. Then find that pulling. Legs stretching, press the weight down into the mounds of the feet, shoulders off ears. And change, come up, hinge at the hips, flat back, arms out to a T. Keep them there and send the feet maybe a little bit wider. So you have your ankles under your wrists. Squeeze the hips a little forward, bring your arms back. Lift your chest, lift your right toes, turn pivot on the right heel. Bend your right knee and sink the hips down. So you're going to get down low. Chest collar wide. Rotate your palms face out. And look to the left. Chin to left shoulder. Inhale, move your whole spine. Right elbow inside right knee. This is bent knee triangle. Reach your right fingertips down between big toe, first toe. Lift your left arm up. And gaze steady. Keep bending right knee. Press left foot down. Turn, twist your upper body back. Change. Come up to the center and reset. Right toes pivot in. Hips forward, arms back, chest up. Lift left toes, turn pivot on the heel. Bend your left knee, get your hips down. Left thigh parallel to the ground, right foot glued, arms, chest open, palms face out, chin to the right. Inhale. Move your whole torso. So that left side waist stay very long. Press left elbow, left knee, reach right chest up. Change, come up. Straighten left, arms overhead, palms together. Adjust your feet. You might have to bring them just a tiny bit closer, but not too close. Still like 3 to 4 feet. And then turn on your heels, face your right. Adjust your back foot to about 45 degrees. 2 hips facing forward, chest facing forward. Stretch up arms, chin to the throat, head to knee pose. Scoop your belly in around your spine. Press, especially the inner right heel, the inner left heel down. As you round down, bend your right knee and place your forehead to your knee. Chin in the throat, belly back. Straighten right, keep right hip back, round back up. Chin latch. Turn on the toes and face the left leg. So really strong the feet down, especially the backs of the heels, inner outer heels. So strong connection to our back body, which we're stretching very deeply. And then press your big toes down, spin your inner thighs back. 2 hips stay in one line. Chin go into the throat. Stretch your arms up. You might catch the back of your head with your biceps as you round down. Steady gaze, looking at your navel, your waistband, and then put your forehead to your knee. If it doesn't touch you, bend your left knee. Straighten the left and round back up. Chin latch. Turn pivot, face the side again, so you can step the feet together. And just let your arms come down by the sides. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Excellent. Okay, shift your weight into your left foot and pick up your right knee as high towards your shoulder as you can, but without rounding forward. So you want to keep your standing leg really solid and just go into the right hip. Okay, and then you can take the right hand to the left foot and guide the ankle to the high thigh or to the hip crease, wherever it can go, where your right knee is comfortable enough, and then the right knee can start to come back down and in. So we'll do the half lotus tree. Press ankle, leg, press leg, ankle. Relax your jaw, your tongue. Change. Unwind. You can go the exact opposite way if you like, or just set the foot down. And then do your other side. So you can lift your left knee just as high as it goes. I like to do some ankle circles. And then take a hold of the left foot with your right hand, sole of foot face ceiling. Letting the knee come down, but again, stretching the little muscle on the outer edge of the hip, the medial glute as well, and then lift your heart. Your thighs come together, pelvic floor lift, maybe 2 hands center if the foot doesn't slip, but just hold it if it's gonna fall down. Change, lower left leg. And let's lay down on our back. We'll do wind removing. Go ahead, find Shavasana. We're gonna do pretty traditional floor series in this sort of fusion class we're doing today. Blending a little vinyasa with the 26 and 2. Hitting all the postures. But it'll go, it's gonna kind of go by fast, not meaning you have to move fast, but just stay with your practice, stay with your body. And right now, just let your head relax, let your arms and your fingers relax, palms face up, heels in, toes fall out. Whole spine, whole chest, relax. Just let go of the body for another, half a minute. Nothing to do. Just watch. Observing the rhythm or the pattern of the breath movement without controlling it, just watch. We'll get into wind removing next. Bend your right knee and interlock your 10 fingers, a couple inches below the right knee, pull the knee to the shoulder. The chin is in, you're gonna look down and you're gonna maintain the pulling action, keeping the shoulders down, keeping the left leg long. Maybe flexing left heel, pull one more extra. Shoulders down, away from the ears, pull. And change, right leg come all the way down, bend your left knee, interlock the 10 fingers, couple inches below the knee, pull the knee towards the armpit. Even out your back body, your hips, your shoulders, chin in, shoulders down, pull. And change, left leg down, arms down. Bring both knees in together, ankles together, wrap your arms a couple inches below the knees, grab your opposite elbows or whatever you can get. Squeeze your legs as close together as you can, so the ankles, the shins. Use your arms to squeeze them in, right? And then press them down. But also you can press the legs into the arms. Right? As the arms press down, the legs a little bit press up, creating some resistance, but also creating more length and flattening out of your back body. See if that works for you. If it doesn't make sense, don't worry about it. Okay, but it's like you're pressing the knees or the shins into the arms as the arms press into the shins and the knees, the whole spine flat to the ground, chin and look down, pull, and change. Arms, legs, release. Heels touch toes, open palms by your sides. Transitioning to spine strengthening series. Straight-legged sit-up. If you need to skip a sit-up, just roll onto your belly. If you're doing a sit-up, flex your feet, arms overhead, cross your thumbs. Pull the low belly in, take a deep breath, inhale. Sit up and dive for your toes. Do a double exhale. Double grab of the big toes, forehead, knees, elbows bent outside of the calves. Lie down on your stomach for Cobra, Bhujangasana. Pin forward, throat flat on the towel, legs together, feet together, tops of feet pressed down, hips solid, right? Fingers no higher than the tops of shoulders. Take a deep breath and lift the chest. When you lift the chest, concentrate on all the strength in the low back. You might feel, quite a sensation there. The hips stay really strong. Squeeze your inner legs together, press your feet down, lift your chest, and then change, come down. Chin last, bring your arms underneath your body, elbows hidden from above, locust, right? So from here, grab the floor with your fingertips, make sure the throat is flat, the eyes are forward, and then relax your left leg and squeeze your right leg so you know it's straight, point your toes, lift the whole right leg up. As you lift the right leg up, press your fingers down, press your chest forward, more down. Change, right leg lower, slow with control. Relax right, get your left leg ready. Feel how straight it is, right? No bend, and then lift it straight up. When you lift it up, inner thigh spins to the sky. Press the chest down, use your fingertip. Change. Left leg down, turn mouth down. Third part, adjust your arms if you need. Squeeze your legs, take a deep breath, lift both legs up. When you lift the legs up, press your chest more down, grab the floor with your fingers, breathe in and out by your nose. Change, slowly lower. Once the legs are down, bring arms up from underneath like wings. Full locust shalabhasana. Stretch your arms apart. Try to touch opposite sides of your room. Hands a little higher than the tops of your shoulders. Squeeze your legs together again. Everything concentrated into the spine, but we're going to work with the thoracic spine, especially behind the heart. Take a breath, then lift everything up. Arms, body, head, legs, chest. Hands high as the top of the head. Chest up, heart up. Find your gaze up, look up. Take another breath. And exhale, fly one more higher. And then lower. Once you're down, bow. Bend your knees, retract, grab your feet from the outside, all 5 fingers. Walk your knees a little closer and point your toes to the ceiling, right? And then as you're kicking, engage your entire back body. Hands holding the feet, right? High hamstrings, low glutes, very strong, but kicking up, rolling forward. Maybe looking forward, maybe look for your toes for 3, 2, and then releasing posture. Once you're down, release feet, look to the right and rest your left ear or cheekbone, whatever's on the ground, soften the jaw. Fingers reach down towards heels, palms face up, toes in, heels open. And then turn the head the other side. Look to the left, right ear down. Okay, chin forward, hands alongside of you, push your chest up. Come back, lift your chest, walk your knees forward. Sit down, kneeling down. Keep some weight in the hands, but open up your feet. Sit your hips down inside of your feet. They don't go down to the ground today. Just keep a little weight on your fingers and stay. Hips on the ground, if that's you, then bring hands to the feet, fingers forward, right? And start to lower down. You can let the head go back, lower right elbow, left elbow, head, back of the head, shoulders. Knees are always staying on the ground this one. Right? And some people, they have to open, that's okay. If you can, you leave them together. Over time, you work on that internal rotation of the inner thighs. Arms up overhead. If you're on your back, grab your opposite elbows, bring your chin in, and look down the body. Before you come up, if you're on your back, hands to your feet with the help of the elbows, press yourself up. And then from here, walk yourself forward into a tabletop position. So kind of align yourself center of the mat. We're going to drop the belly down and lift the heart up like a, what is this called? Cow pose to the cat, right? You both have cats, so you can be them. Round your spine, and then lift your heart. So you find that extension, front of the body, collar wide, using the hands, fingers, and exhale, rounding, belly drawing in. And then come to neutral tabletop. Bring your shins together. Sit your hips on your heels for half tortoise, arms up overhead. Palms together, thumbs crossed. Lift chest, heart up. Good. Coming down with a long spine. So as you come down, forehead will touch down, and just the pinky outside of your hands will touch down. The rest of your arms are in the air. Gazing forward, stretching more forward, shoulder blade scapula coming out of the body. Take another breath here. You can notice the backs of the lungs, really deep breath in and that slow breath out. Concentrate eye gaze right at the center of your brow, sixth chakra, so the center of the brain. You can come up, long spine, press shins down. And once you come up, you're gonna lower your arms by your sides and turn around into a shavasana. Head front, feet back, heels touch, toes fall open. Just be still for a sec. So letting the collar and the chest and the fingers. We do, so much making shapes with our hands, using our fingers and the grips and things. Just notice your ability to relax that as well as to strengthen it. Every muscle, sometimes the smaller ones we forget. Fingers or the jaw. Nice. Okay, sit up, flex your feet, heels on the ground, arms overhead, cross your thumbs. Take a deep breath, try to keep your arms with your ears as you sit up and dive for your toes. Stand up on your knees for camel, separate your knees, just a couple more postures. So this one, that big spinal extension, you want to bring your hands to your low back and have them as high alongside of the sort of lumbar spine as possible. Press your bum a little forward, you can think tail down. Really use your hands here. Okay, supporting as you lift your chest and just let your head go back. Cleaning the throat, look with your eyes. Stay here. Make sure your hips stay over the knees. You go further back. Further back you go with your eyes and your head. The more your chest lifts up to the sky. Breathing always comfortable in and out by the nose. If you see pretty far down the wall behind you, you can reach your hands back for your heels. Thumbs out, fingers in, but keep pressing your hips forward. Press the tops of the shins down. Lift your heart. Before you come out of camel, make sure you have your hands at your low backs. You can press yourself up. Try to go exact opposite way you went in, with the chin last. Sit down and turn around. Lie down. So let the spine go neutral. And just observe the possibility of things that can come up in that posture way more than what I could say in this 20 seconds. Okay. But if you're feeling something, just it's normal. And we can watch it pass. If you need more time, you stay on your back. If you're ready to do rabbit, let's just sit up. Flex your feet, heels on the ground, arms overhead, cross your thumbs, take a breath. Sit up and back your toes. Sit down, kneeling down, grab your heels from behind. Rabbit is the rounding, right? Spinal flexion. Get the heels on the way down if you need, or use the alternate grip, which is the hands alongside of the knees. If you're doing the grip for the heels, stretch up, chin in, right? And then rounding down. If your hands are alongside of the knees, you press into your hands once your forehead to your knees. If your hands are on your heels, grab your heels and lift your hips up. Rolling forward like a wheel, shoulders off the ears, belly draw in. Try to keep your knees and your forehead together. Walk the shins back in. Feel your ankles come in, straighten the arms, shoulders off the ears. Now, as much as you're lifting through the front, feel the stretch all over the back. From your tailbone, your coccyx to the crown of your head. Little to no pressure on the head. Use your grip more to take that pressure off if it's there. Change, rounding nice and slow. Turn very left. And lie down. So you find your way right again to Shavasana. Flex feet, heels on the ground, arms overhead, cross thumbs. Take a breath. Sit up and grab your toes. Final postures. We'll do head to knee with stretching. Bring your right heel forward, fold your left heel high. Make sure your two sitting bones are on the ground. And then the arms come up overhead. You can face your right leg. Stretch up out of your waist. Bring your chin in, round down, and get your foot. If the foot's not there, bend your knee. If the forehead's not on the knee, bend your knee. Roll in left shoulder with right shoulder. Press the floor with your elbows. Imagine them coming down below the calf muscle. Focus on your stretch sensation that you feel, especially on the left side, the left hip, left low back. Change, come up. So left heel forward, right heel high. It doesn't have to, be all about the left leg or the hamstring stretch. Right? Notice as you round down, kick up your left foot. What's happening on your right side, the bent knee side? And breathe. Change, both legs out in front. Okay, and then flex your feet. Heels away. Bend your knees as much as you need to grab your big toes, first two fingers and thumbs. Start to walk your hips back if you like. So you're moving the flesh off of the bum, and then you bring your chest more forward. Hinging at the hips. Navel draw back as the heart comes forward, stomach and the thighs, chest on the knees, eventually your forehead to your toes. But notice the length and the stretch. So you're creating length in the back side from your heels to your coccyx, all the way up the back of the hips, low back, middle back, upper back. And change, come up. And we'll go right into a spine twist, but take a little moment to do, you can windshield your shins side to side. So I have my hands kind of behind and I'm flexing my feet. Doesn't matter how wide you find the space to like kind of roll through the, backs of the hips, let the front of the hips relax. And then let's do Ardha Matsyendrasana. Okay. So bring your left knee in front of you, fold your left foot outside of your right hip, step your right foot in line with your left knee, bring your right hand behind you at the base of the spine, and lifting the left arm up. Elbow of the left, press the knee in the air, reach down for the left knee on the ground. So you've got your heel, knee, wrist in one line eventually. And sometimes you got to grab sort of the mat if the foot knee isn't there yet. But turn and twist each and every bone. Vertebrae of the spine, collar, turn, twist. If you don't need your right hand, lift it, rotate thumb down, and see if you can sweep it around and grab your right thigh, binding. Now the elbows are moving opposite. Left elbow press back, right elbow reach back if you're in the bind. Turning the gaze beyond your right shoulder. Everyone look out the corner of your right eye as you twist one more. And then untwist. Switch your legs. So you'll have the right knee forward, left foot step across the right knee, heel knee one line, left hand behind, right arm up. Reach, and as you reach, drop the sitting bones down, draw the belly in, elbow press knee, reach down, scoop up knee on the ground. Right, letting the low spine, the middle, and the waist, Samanavayu, the rib cage, the heart, and then left hand, reach around, grab for the right thigh. Right elbow pressing back into the knee, left elbow pressing back. Okay, and turning and twisting. Look with your eyes around your left shoulder, lift the collar, the chest, throat, long. Unwind, untwist. Final breathing. Let's do Kapalabhati. So you can sit kneeling down if that's available. Press your hands into your legs to lift the chest. If you're cross-legged, you can put your fingertips out to the sides to lift the chest. Relax your belly, listen for the rhythm. Keep going. Every time you exhale, 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 snap, stomach, back, in. Air moves out through the mouth, but action is so much in the solar plexus. Keep going just a little bit longer at this rhythm. Exhale, 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 exhale. Now get just a tiny bit faster. Exhale, 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 exhale. Stomach, 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 stomach. Chest up. Keep going. Spine straight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Take a moment and observe your practice, the effects, and go into your final posture, which is Shavasana, so you can lay your body down. I'm going to take a rest here with the body and let the arms and the legs float a little open. If you like, you can cover your eyes, but just let them close. Cover your body if you're cold. Let go. Final Shavasana, allowing us to really just rest in the truth of who we are, so we can completely observe that we are not the body, right? In terms of we can watch and observe it. So we're witnessing this, material part of us that is going to have an expiration. I mean, the body won't be around in this form forever. Same with, our mind. We can just watch our thoughts. And then we can just become that witness, that infinite, seer being, consciousness itself. Becoming the part of us that is that, that infinity, or that already full of knowledge, of truth, of reality, and bliss. The kind that is when we are completely attuned to that highest, whatever the understanding that we have of the divine, has many different names, but that just being alive and awake and an appreciation. It's an incredible practice, bringing us home again and again and again until it's just our nature, always leading. Take a couple moments to be still and to let go, to be at peace. You're certainly welcome to, stay much longer in Final Shavasana. I went a little longer than an hour this morning, I believe. So if you're ready to come out, I'll close the session, but stay. Let's Final Shavasana. We'll close with the mantra for peace. May all beings in all places be at peace. May this practice in some way be of benefit to all. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you for coming today, to Sunday morning. And I will see you out and about. Outside of Zoom, perhaps this week. All right, namaste, friends. Go ahead and
Thank you so much, Donna.
the recording. Thank you.